Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Thursday, the 22nd of September 2022. I'm just checking that the recording has started. Yes, I made a video earlier today, or rather, I did not make a video earlier today. I played the game and was not recording, and I wasted a lot of time, which was very frustrating. On the other hand, I have had a rather nice, a pleasant experience today. We should always make take advantage of any small pleasure that we get in life. Um, those of you who are long-time listeners to the channel may have heard me mention before that I have anosmia. Yes, that's the lack of the ability to smell, and this is not COVID related. People, I know that that's a lot of people have had this kind of temporarily during COVID or just after COVID or something. But in my case, I've had it for many, many years now, and I mostly don't pay attention to it too much. I've managed to put it out of my head, and I just don't think about it too much, really. But basically, I can't smell anything most of the time. Just occasionally, I get a whiff of a smell. Maybe, for example, supposing I cut a lemon in half or something and squeeze it, I sometimes get a smell of lemon, but that will only last for maybe 2 or 3 seconds. After that, the smell disappears again. And sometimes I get fake smells. In other words, I can smell something, but it's not the actual smell of that thing. And that's usually a rather unpleasant smell. Well, I took my cat to the hospital today, and unfortunately it has to have a procedure which makes it very dirty. Well, kindly at the hospital, well, I say kindly, not kindly because it cost me a lot of money, but they actually shampooed the cat. And he's been very clean actually since he came back. But what I noticed is when he's come and sits with me, he normally sits on my chest, lies on my chest, and I can smell cat shampoo. Now, I'm not a big fan of the smell of cat shampoo, I've worked out, but it is not unpleasant. It's actually reasonable. I don't think it's the greatest smell I've ever smelled or anything like that. I used to be able to smell, by the way, but it is. I can actually smell it, and I think that I suspect that it's reasonably faithful. I mean, I can recognize that it smells like a kind of sweet shampooy type smell, if that makes any sense to you, if you know what shampoo smells like. It doesn't smell exactly the same as human shampoo. It smells, it's kind of a bit like air freshener or something like that as well. It has that kind of pungency to it. But I've managed to smell it all day, and it's lasted the whole time. It hasn't been one of those smells that just disappear after a couple of seconds. And so I've been smelling my cat today. What a weird thing to be doing, huh? But we have to take these small pleasures. I mean, as I said, I really miss the smell of coffee and all that kind of stuff. But generally, I don't just try to put it out of my head. I don't really worry about it. But anyway, small pleasure today. Smell of cat shampoo. Right, let's get on with the game of Sudoku. This is the Los Angeles Times expert level game. I've seen the first digit. I'll get on and tell you what I've seen. I've seen the fives blocking down like this and a five across here. And so the five fits into that square there. And let's focus on this little corner here, because now I can see the four blocking down here and across here is going to give me a four there as well. Now, are there any other fives or fours we should go? Well, I'm on the four. Yes, I think there is, because there's fours across here and a four down here. So we're going to get a four there. Oh, I said five or four because I put this five in, but look, I've just seen five and four blocking across here. So guess what? We got ourselves a pair already. A four and a five in these two squares here. Now, that's 4 and 5. So in these squares will be 7 and 8. We've got a blocking 8 here. That's good. we've got ourselves an 8 there and a 7 there, so that's nice. Let me do these 5s and 4s while I'm thinking about it, just in case, because otherwise somebody will be saying, hey, you're not checking all the digits. You should be, and that's true. Okay, how about the 4s? Oh, okay, so we have 4 blocking across here now, right? And we have 4 blocking here, 4 blocking these 2 squares, 4 blocking here. So this has to be a 4 up here. Now, since I put 7 in, do we know any more about 7s? We've got several pairs, but I think so. Okay, what else? Now, I see a nice little 8 blocking across here. That's going to give me an 8 up here. But we don't know much else. 8s into those squares. If this is an 8, maybe I can see, how many numbers do we have here? 8, 9, 1. Oh no, it's only 3 numbers. That's no good. Oh, okay. Let's just see what's what. Let's notice the ones across here like this. Ones are up there. Okay, with the 2s. Twos are here, and therefore are in these squares here. So I know 8s are in those 2 squares. I know 2s are in these 2 squares. Excuse me. 8, 2. So the other numbers are 3 and 7. So I've got 3 in those 2 squares, and I've got 7 in 3 possible squares, I guess. All right. And across this row here, so I said 1s are here and 2s are here. So 1, 2, what else are we looking for? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. We have 6, 7. Is that 3? Oh. Okay. I'm just mumbling to myself. Please ignore. Right, of course, the 1 blocking down here like this and the 5's blocking across here means that this is a pair of 1 and 5 here now. 1 and 5 is here, 7 blocks across here, that has to be our 7. And so now back this way, 7 across here and across here, that will be our 7. Now I know this has to be 8, right, because I said the 8s were in those 2 squares, so that must be an 8. And we will be left with 2 and 3. We have a blocking 3 down here, so that's the 3 and that's the 2. 3 actually goes up here and across the top, so that will be a 3. This 2. We have 3 across these rows actually, so that will be our 3. Okay, missing numbers over here now are 2, 6, 9. I see the 6 and the 9 in the same column, so that will immediately give me the 2. I think we are looking for 1, 3, 6, 9. Am I right? There's no 1, there's no 3, there's no 6, there's no 9. But 3, 6, 9 all in this column, so that has to be a 1 because it can't be 3, 6, or 9. One is going to end up in either this square or this square in this column, if that means anything to you. Actually, 1, 9 block across here, 1, 9 block across here. So actually this is a pair of 1 and 9, because 1 and 9 block here and 1 and 9 block here. So these 2 squares must contain 1 and 9 only, 1 or 9 I should say, I suppose. So knowing that, 1 and 9 here, we are going to be left in this square and this square with 6, 8. Now we've got 6 blocking this square here, so that must be our 8, and the 6 will appear up there. Now 6 across these 2 rows gives us a 6 in this square, 6 down here, 6 up here. Hold the key down, give me a 6 there. I can already see 6 is across these 2 rows and 4's across the same 2 rows, and a 6 and a 4 blocking here, so I know that that is 6 and 4. I know it's 6 and 4. Will it mean anything to me? This is 6 and 4. I know it's 6 and 4, but so what? I'm going to have to come back on that later. Oh dear, that's a shame. Let's look somewhere else instead. Missing numbers up here are 3 and 9. Or actually, I don't need to know that. Just 9 blocks across here and 9 blocks up here. That's good enough to put the 9 there. Didn't need to know that. What's missing from up here? 2. We have 1 intersecting 2, so that puts 2 into those squares. We are missing 7, the 7 blocks up here. So 7 in those squares, and 8. 7 and 8. Look at that. 7 and 8 blocking up here. So we know that has to be a 2 then. Right, if this is 7 and 8, surely this and this has got to be 7 or 8. Yes, indeed, and we have a blocking 8 here. So this must be the 7, this would be the 8, and this would be the 7. 7 across these 2 rows, and the 7 blocking up here puts a 7 here. Now let's finish off that top row with a 5. And I've forgotten what goes here. Is it 3 and 9? I think, yes, 3 and 9 go here. So we don't know about 3 or 9 yet, do we? So here is 1, 2, and 8. Now 2 and 8 happen to be in the same color. We've got a lot of that in this puzzle. So 1 is here. The last digit to get here is 9, I think. Okay. Okay, we have 7s blocking down, up and down, and across these 2 rows like this, so that will be a 7. We have 3 blocking down, 3 blocking up like this, and a 3 across here, so that will be our 3. I already said this was 6 and 4, didn't I? Do you remember? The 6 and the 4 here. So that puts 6 and 4 down here. That means these 2 numbers must be 2 and 5. Now obviously we have got a blocking 5 from up here, so that will be the 5, and that will be the 2. Now 2 blocking up here, 2 across here, that's our 2. We can get this, can't we? It's an 8, isn't it? 8 blocking across here, there goes the 8. 8 blocks down here and across here, excuse me. So that will give us an 8 in that square. Can't quite finish off the 8s, almost, but not quite. So we'll come back later. What do we know? We know we can get this square here because we just have to work out these 2 squares, which are 1 and 6, I believe. So we've got a blocking 6 down here anyway, so the 6 is in that square. The 1 will go here, and the last digit down here will be a 9. Then 9 stops that from becoming a 9, so this is our 9, and a 3 finishes off that block, I seem to remember. 3 also blocks across here, so that's our 3. The last digit here is a 1. We have 1 across here, 1 down here, 1 across here, so that will be our digit 1. 1 blocks down here, we need a 1 for this row, so it must go there. In you go. In you go. And the last digit to get here is a 5. 5 blocks up here, putting a 5 into this square here. The last number here is a 4 then. We have 4 blocking down here. Do you remember I said 6 and 4 in these two squares? So this is not our 4, this is our 4, this is our 6. And 6 blocks down here, so this will be a 6, this is a 9. 9 up, 9 down, 9 across, 9 in. And the last digit to place here will be an 8. Missing from across this row will be our 2 then, and the last number here is also an 8. Just 2 empty squares to be filled with a 2, which one blocks there, so 2 goes there, and a 5. Well, a very straightforward Los Angeles Times. Actually, it needed a couple of those New York Times style pairs, I guess you could call them, you know, looking across. But once you got those sorted out, I think it was pretty straightforward. That's it. Thank you very much for joining me for the Los Angeles Times expert level game. I'm off now to sniff my cat. Sounds like it should be illegal. Anyway, bye bye.